Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. We are sitting here the day after head-to-head fishing, the third event of the year. It's only the second one that we actually have fished. We unfortunately could not make the second head-to-head event, which was on Lake Winnebago, because I was at Heavy Hitters. So this was the third one that we had over on Sturgeon Bay. And I was really looking forward to this event from the standpoint of, first, I love fishing over in the Sturgeon Bay area. Uh, and, we've been utilizing these head-to-head events kind of as a family thing. So if we can, we're trying to make a little bit of a trip out of it, because the reality is a lot of these events are a couple hours from the house. And they're on Wednesday mornings, and we have to be there around 5:30 in the morning. So it just not really feasible to get Hank up at 3:30 to drive. In this case, it would have been 2:30 to drive all the way to Sturgeon Bay. So we booked a cabin, and if you guys have seen some of the videos that have come out the last couple days, you've seen that we've been over in the Door County area. And my original thought with that was, man, we'll book a house. I'll go over there, go out pre-fish a couple of days for a few hours here and there, find some fish, have some fish for head-to-head. And the reality is we just had so many fun things that we were doing that I never got down there to fish. I did fish, but I fished up in the northern part of the county, which is where our house was. It was about a 45-minute trip to get down to where the takeoff site was. So from that standpoint, like when I did bring it up, the kids didn't really want to do it. Sarah didn't really want to do it. And the reality is we didn't have that much time. It would have been an hour and a half worth of driving time. It would have been, a couple hours out. It just was taking up big blocks of time. So what we chose to do the couple times we went fishing was to stay really close to where our cabin was. If you don't have that drive time, if you got 5 minutes of drive time versus 45 minutes, you just picked up an hour and a half of fishing time, an hour and a half of family time. And in hindsight, it really hurt us from a tournament perspective, because the reality is the smallmouth were on beds, and all you had to do was go out and find where they were at. And if you knew where they were at, it was a lot easier to put weight up on the board fast. And it really helped because we did have some pretty windy conditions. So from that standpoint, it was hard to see any of the beds that were out a little deeper and a little bit more offshore type stuff.
Today's video is brought to you by the Deep Dive app. This has had an amazing new update. As you guys know, I love the water clarity feature. As you can see right here, we're looking at Grand Lake, which just had a whole pile of rain come into it. It went from being really clear to having a lot of dirty water coming in the bottom end of it. Just an amazing feature to be able to determine where the clear water is versus the muddy water. So Deep Dive has just also introduced Stream Flow. Now this is a really cool feature that shows all of the water input coming into certain reservoirs and the amount of water coming in. So they measure it in cubic feet per second. You can see in this case, this is just a small creek, but then you can see the projected as well as the previous flows. If we move up the lake here, get into one of the larger rivers coming in, you can see here that we've got 490 cubic feet per second. And then it shows you that there's not much of a change expected. Now, if there's some rainfall coming, I'm sure those projections will change. If we scoot on over here to take a look at Kentucky Lake and Barkley Lake, much larger river systems, the Tennessee River, you can see what the projected outflow is going to be there, 28,000 cubic feet per second. Go check the Cumberland River here. We got 9.4 thousand cubic feet per second. Just an amazing feature that allows you to see all of the different water flows coming into the different parts of the lake. You can see which ones might be the most affected, which ones won't be affected, see what the projected outflow schedules are. A major feature to help you catch more fish. And that's on top of some of the other new features like the wind effects. Now, the wind effects is really cool because we've had wind effects as part of the app in the past, but all it did is show where the wind was hitting the shoreline the most, as you can see from the dots, the orange and bright red dots, which indicate where the wind is really striking. But now the wind feature also indicates what the wave action is like on the lake itself. So some of the features you're going to get from this is determining where to get from place to place safely by avoiding the heavy, rough water conditions. You'll be able to determine where you may have some of the strongest current flow and some of the places where you can fish to stay protected. Now, along with that, you still have some of my favorite features like the patterns that you've got on the lake that indicate the best baits and lures to fish with. You've also got the water inflow app, which shows you where a bunch of the rain input comes in. That can be an amazing pattern to fish throughout the year. Just a great feature to have. So many positive features anytime you're fishing or using the Deep Dive app. Just points you in the right direction to catch more fish. Whether you're a tournament angler or a local fun fisherman that's just out to catch a few fish, the Deep Dive app will help you catch more fish next time you're out on the water.
And we paid for it. We got beat by another team. I think they had like 48 total pounds. I think we had maybe 28 total pounds. I think we had 7 scoreable fish. I caught 5. Hank caught 2. They were all bed fish. We did have some really nice fish. I think we had a 5'10", a 5'2", or a 5'3", maybe a 4'10", a 4'14", something like that. I mean, we would have had a pretty nice 5-fish limit. But it really just comes down to not practicing. You know, from a spring event standpoint, if the fish are on beds in the North Country, that's usually your best option because the primarily the entire population of fish are going to be right in and around the spawn. Down south, you get much different waves of fish that are coming in and out of these areas, so you can fish pre-spawners, spawners, or post-spawners and kind of pick the type of fishing that you want to do. Up here in the North Country, when they go to spawn, it really does feel like the entire population has gone to spawn. So it's not like you can go just go fish when everyone else is fishing for spawning fish. The point is, I mean, I know I'm making excuses. It is what it is. We lost again. So technically, because we missed the last tournament, we're 0-3. Hank gave me a little talking on the way home. He said, "Dad, you might have to go practice for some of these." And the reality is the anglers fishing these events are very, very good anglers. They're some of the best anglers in Wisconsin. And from that standpoint, I can't expect to go out and beat them with no practice on lakes we've never seen before for the most part. And, you know, I think a lot of the teams have been practicing quite a bit. They take head-to-head fishing very seriously. So we might have to step up the practice game a little bit. I got to tell you though, like I wouldn't trade the couple of days where we did take the boat out. I wouldn't trade them for anything. We had such a good time as a family, exploring new areas, exploring new water, you know, driving to, taking the boat to places for lunch and sandbars and beaches. Like that means a lot more to me than the losing a matchup battle. So I wouldn't trade it at all. But having said that, we are going to take these more seriously because we need to chalk up a couple of wins here to hopefully get up into the range of making the championship. So I'm looking forward to that task, I guess. Let's put it that way. And I don't have another big tournament until I think Leech Lake in August. So we got some time off. We're going to be putting a lot more time in on the water, fishing around the house. We're going to probably start building a bunch of rods. We're going to have a lot of different content coming out. There'll be more head-to-head tournaments. We got Wednesday nighters. Like we fished one Wednesday nighter. I think I've been gone the last 4 Wednesdays. But we should be able to fish the next several Wednesday nighters as well. Anyways, I wanted to give you a head-to-head fishing recap. Don't have any footage from it. It was such a hassle at running around in the morning, and with the waves were pretty rough. We fished in some rougher stuff than normal, which is just hard to run the camera gear and stuff, and it was pretty windy, so you wouldn't have heard much anyways. And you can go to head-to-head fishing and watch it. I believe they put it up on their YouTube channel. Anyways, thank you for the support. It amazes me how many of you guys watched it and then let me know your thoughts on it. So I appreciate all of that support. And stay tuned. We'll have lots more videos coming, lots more tournament recaps coming, all kinds of content. I'm looking forward to it. We are entering summer in Wisconsin, which is fantastic. Thanks for watching.